Good day, you're welcome to YSN Lagos Training Program. My name is General Theophilus Ayuloa. So we'll be working on stage 2, level 4, plotting with bearing and distance. So we'll be discussing 4 sections. First section will be obstacle bearing. Second section is reduced bearing. Third section is the practical aspect using relative coordinates entry method. And the fourth one is plotting traverse sequentially. Starting with the whole circle bearing. So whole circle bearing is the direction of a line measured clockwise from north, ranging from 0 degree to 360 degree. Then the reduced bearing. So the reduced bearing is the direction of a line measured from north or south towards east or west, ranging from 0 degree to 90 degree. And these are all also expressed with quadrant letters. So the third section, that's the practical aspect. So we're using the survey plan on the screen for our practical. So we'll be extracting we'll be using the quoted coordinates as the relative coordinates for this practical. So for the quoted coordinates, that's 5, the northern, we'll be using the northern and the eastern. So for the plotting, so we'll be using two methods, the run script method and the direct method using command line. So we'll start with the run script method. So the first one, you run script method using our notepad. So the first line, the P line, that's the polyline, underscore P line, that's our polyline. Then after that, we enter the first string. That's 584.13355.012, comma 719.109.052. Enter. That's the first string and first northern. That's the quoted coordinates of the plan. So then at bearing and the distance 36, that's 36.60 underscore 251 degree 04 minutes. Then at 33.20 less than 331 degree 19 minutes. Next traverse 36.60 less than 71 degree 4 minutes at 73.20 less than 151 degree 19 minutes. Close back. Then we use our C, that's close. Then we now save the script. Save it as round1.scr. Okay. And I'll come to my AutoCAD. I'll set my unit. Set degree meter seconds. Degree meter seconds. Check the direction, the north is there. So meters, my drawing is in meters, my precision is in 3 decimal places. And okay. Then I'll go to my tools, then to run script, then to my file. And I'll click on the data, run 1. I use run 1 to save it, then open, then enter. So I have my boundary plotted using bearing and distance. That's the first method. So I'll be open another sheet, AutoCAD sheet, to run the second method. So for the second method, So for the second method, I'll be typing the bearing distance and the coordinate directly to the command line. So this is the second method. So I'll set my units, the new AutoCAD sheet. I'll set my units, meter seconds, meter seconds. Okay. Then I'll click on my polyline and I'll come to my command line. I'll type in the first coordinate 584155.012. That's Houston, comma 719.109.052. Enter. Then at 36.60 less than 251 degree 04 minutes. Enter. Then the next line at 73.20 less than 331 degree 19 minutes. Enter. The next line at 36.60 less than 71 degree 4 minutes. And the last line at 73.20 less than 151 degree 19 minutes. Enter. Then I'll close travels. After this, I will come to my view and I'm going to zoom, then zoom extent. I have my perimeter. So with these two methods, we have been able to plot our per traverse using bearing and distance. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.